And we're back and we're back and we're back and we're back. GTA preseason tournament in full effect right now. We have a pretty big time matchup. NBA prospects have taken the floor. McCour Maker on one side, AJ Lawson on the other. Now these guys practice out of the same facility in most occasions, and there's one of them, AJ Lawson, tough take to the rack, gets slapped on his way, and he'll go to the line to open up his scoring for this one. Lawson, the #1 player in the Canadian 2019 class, finished off the last game with 30 points and an absolute bucket getter. You got Mississauga Prep in the blue, GTA Prep in the black. Tarek, what can we expect for this game?
Like you said, a lot of pro prospects on the floor. Guys got a chance to play at the highest level. You got a lot of length, you got a lot of speed and athleticism, and it's just a great evaluation point. You know, Akin Agi got the scoring started for Mississauga Prep. Akin, we got familiar with him last year. He actually played for the GTA Prep squad. Lots of familiar faces on the floor right now. Oh my gosh. McCour Maker. McCour Maker, you're going to see a lot of that. He's probably the best prospect on the floor at 6'10", explosive, agile, skilled. You know, in speaking with Coach Ed Smith, he said that he's got a shot to be better than Thon Maker, and he's a 2020 prospect.
And you saw how aggressive he is looking for that finish. Shook up the place on that one, had a couple oohs and ahs.
That's an NBA move right there. Not necessarily a move, but an NBA take with that physicality and that aggression.
And this is a great evaluation point for a guy like AJ Lawson, being defended by a lengthier and taller McCour Maker. Got about 3 inches on him, both in height and in wingspan. Lawson drives baseline, finds Lindo with the finish.
Right there.
And McCour's made some improvements as well, just getting in a much lower and athletic stance before that rip came.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in on our North Pole Hoops feed. Make sure to follow us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And be sure to click that subscribe button on the YouTube. Big time action right here, live from Mississauga, Ontario. Mississauga Prep, GTA Prep. This looks more like a college game to me right now with the bodies that are on the floor.
Sefa Otucheri just beat the shot clock. It looks like the refs are gonna continue it here. Both Sefa and his brother Asare, both with ridiculous verticals, got tested at the Toronto Showcase, and both at over 42 and 44-inch verticals. AJ Lawson pushes it ahead, ends up in a almost turnover. And it is a turnover. Refs are going to talk it over to see what happened on that deflection.
Yeah, it's saying, don't do it. Don't do it. Good job by the referees, stopping the play, talking it over, and they're going to make a decision. I mean, how often do you get a chance to see 3 guys 6'10 plus in a high school game? This is pretty special right here.
Lawson taking it the other way, gets stripped. Here's Sifa Otecheri looking for a big finish above the rim. Gets the contact, gets the hoop, gets hyped up, going to the line, trying to make it a 3-point play.
That is how you finish right there. Sifa Otecheri, aggressive, on the attack, fouled. And he's got those type of physical tools, explosiveness. I love Sifa. He's out of Niagara region and extremely under the radar in 2018. He's a guy you want to watch and keep on your radar.
And one thing I really enjoy about watching his game is when he gets out in transition, he doesn't slow down by looking back or taking away from his momentum on his way to the rim. But once he's got that open court and he sees that nobody's in front of him, he's going all the way. DeAndre Pierre manning the point on this possession here for GTA Prep. And Pierre Sifa again gets shoved on the ground. Lindo gives him a little bit of a shove. Ball will go back to Mississauga Prep. And there's that explosiveness that you just mentioned, Tarek.
Maker hands it off to Matur on the floater, no good. Gets his own rebound. Easy bucket. And this is a great test for Casey Azagu, going up against a couple other 6'10 guys. Really, he's going to be able to show his stuff, how he matches up physically, from a strength standpoint and defensively. This is what he's going to go up against at the college level. Handoff there at the top. Tavon Downey. Sifa gives it up to Matur. This broadcast right here is gonna be one to circulate to college coaches across the country at all levels, with the amount of talent on the floor: high major, mid major, low major, D1, D2, D3, CIS.
Yeah, both Canadian and American colleges got to be tuning into this one. I mean, between these two rosters, we're looking at least 10 next level prospects by the time their graduation year comes around.
Kick out to Lindo. 3 ball. That's good.
DeAndre Pierre, knockdown.
And Pierre looks like he's slimmed down a little bit and got lighter on his feet. He was already a impressive athlete.
I would say so. You could tell by his foot speed.
There's Makur Maker, missed 3 ball. Rebound by Ocheri. Nice take by, that's Akina Gee right there, another finish. You know, people are gonna, the names that are gonna dominate this roster as they play each time are the makers. But if you look at everybody else on the roster, the Ocheris are huge additions. Akin is a legitimate contributor. This team was much further than the makers. Tavon Downey there on the attack, floated. Hey, you know, he's another kid that's a solid point guard. Tied up at 11, 4:55 left in the first quarter. Here's Casey. Got his shot blocked last time. Nice hook shot right there. And that is what you see out of Casey. He has that ability to really, you know, he's got the skill set to show.
Yeah, and when, you know, once he gets a couple of touches, he's not going to put it up every time. He's a very smart player. He's not going to try to rush it. If it's not there, he'll put it back out. The first shot he took now was, I felt it was a little bit ill-advised. But that take right there, that's something that he could do going over the right shoulder.
There's Akina Gee once more. And if he's not in the system, you better get him in there, because he's showing some great progress. Out of Brampton, Ontario. 6'4", good athlete, shoots it a little bit, he's improved his shot. I like it. We'll take a quick timeout and be back for first quarter action.
Stored for Team Blue. Oh! It's Judy Charges throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH live broadcasting experience. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up-to-the-minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in! No good! 2 seconds to go! Oh!
Commercial spots available to promote and market your brand, event, or product. Enjoy the ultimate way to catch the game when you can't.
That man from Quebec can fly!
Exposure starts here.
Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out! One hand jam!
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email mdotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries.
GTA Prep Showcase. Tight ball game here, Mississauga Prep, GTA. Going at it. The big boys. Marcus Cortez, nice feed. Throws up the alley-oop to Ocheri. And he's had his imprints all over this game. No answer for the Maker brothers, just too big, too strong. And this, again, a great test for Casey Ezagu.
Yep, and he's doing all that he can in there, but it's the other bodies down in the paint that gotta, you know, as soon as they get in the paint, you gotta try to force them out of there. Their base isn't, they're long, they're nimble, so you gotta force them out of the paint and make them go over your back if you're a small forward, if you're a power forward. I mean, those guys got the length. You know, they're gonna try to go over your back, they're gonna try to jump over you, but you gotta position yourself in a way to help Casey.
Well, after Casey at 6'10", everybody else is under about 6'4".
No, you got AJ who's 6'7".
I mean, the guy's on the floor right now. So what Casey's gonna have to do is eat up as much space as possible, be super active to have a chance. And it's not an easy task when you got all that size on the other team. Crowd asking for a travel, and they're gonna get it. Shuffling his feet on the floor is Makur Maker. Houghton in the game for GTA Prep, off the bounce to Halady for 3. That's off the mark. Here comes O'Cherry bringing it up. Sefa on the attack, hand off to Makur Maker. Hand off back to Marcus Cortez, and here's the 3 ball. That's off the mark. Gets back in the hands of Matur Maker. Good defense there, holding their ground. GTA Prep coming back right at it. GTA Prep trying to slow it down a little bit. Turnover there, Marcus Cortez comes up with it. They try to get it to the big fella in transition. Matur is fouled and will go to the line. Final game of the day here. As we enter October, a lot of preseason action, a lot of preparation leading into November, of course, where that's game time. The lights are on. This is what the preparation, the off season is all about.
So my travel just finished off doing camps across Canada, but now it's going to continue pretty much all the way through the fall and winter as I'm tracking the Canadian top prospects across here and across the U.S. There's a lot of guys that ended up playing prep in the U.S. That will be following along all season long.
Great to see these guys in different environments. 4 shot there by big fella. NBA Prep constantly leaking, trying to get the transition buckets, but they gotta choose to slow it down. Nice block there by Casey. Gives it up. DeAndre Pierre in transition. Here's the lane. Tristan Lindo met up top by Asari. What it's gonna be for the rest of this game is either somebody's getting dunked on or there's gonna be someone met at the rim. A lot of alphas on the floor, a lot of guys that can get to the rim and finish strong.
And you gotta appreciate the defenders are not getting out of the way there. You know, they're trying to get the contact, they're trying to get a block.
Good take there. Good take there, and a strong take is fouled. Casey at the line for 2. And this is where fundamentals are going to come into play. With so much length on the floor, it's all about getting these bigs out of position. The pump fake, can't ask for a better time to use it.
I was just about to say that. You stole the words out of my mouth. Like he had Asare there. If he had used it in that particular play, he had his momentum jumping. And it would have been just one dribble underneath and going up for a strong dunk. And that's the thing with bigs, you know, you got to wait for them to develop. They're still learning their bodies. It comes a little later to them, but once they get in a flow and once they have a couple of go-to moves, a guy like Casey's going to be a problem at the next level.
High academic kid is Casey Ezagu. Princeton recently inquired and have been recruiting Ezagu. They've been doing work out in Canada, Princeton. They're up to something. Obviously got the commitment from Jalen Llewellyn. And that was a monster commit. Houghton at the line. (17-16), just over a minute left in the first quarter. A Kek Tong out of Newfoundland just checked in, number 9 for Blue.
Good recognition by Houghton, trying to finish up on a 3-point play. Foul made sure that he wasn't putting it up.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. This upcoming season, you'll be watching a lot of live broadcasted games in the National Preparatory Association and beyond. The NPA has grown from 9 to 13 teams this year, with representation from all over Canada: British Columbia, Saskatchewan, New Brunswick, Ontario, and Quebec. Here's Newfoundland's Kek Tong, MPH Showcase alum. This is exactly what he needed, an environment where he could test himself at 6'4" with great length. And the only way to beat great length is with high IQ. That's your best bet. And there's little room for error. So this is a chess match for GTA Prep. They really got to think the game. Here's a Kek Tong. It's off the mark. Houghton coming back. Shot way off to end the first quarter. Tight ball game, 18-17 here at the GTA preseason showcase. Stick with us. We'll take a quick timeout and be back for second quarter action.
Special filming requests. Exposure starts here.
Here's Sabri Phillip, two-hand jam in transition. Second quarter, GTA Prep, NBA Prep in a tight one. Florida game no good there. NBA Prep coming back on offense. Hand off to Kayvon Downey. Haven't seen much of AJ Lawson in this game for whatever reason, but nonetheless, you got Cameron Harris. Great defense against Maker.
And this team, for the most part, GTA Prep here, has been really patient in setting up their half-court stuff. A lot of guards on the floor right now.
That's what you're going to have to do, is you're going to think the game as mentioned, but spread the floor as well. Good catch there by McCour with the finish. Tough finish right there by Joshua Houghton. Utilizing his athleticism to finish right around the rim. This kid's got big time athleticism. And as he continues to build on his skill set, certainly a guy to watch for NCAA programs. Here's Mature Maker trying to go coast to coast. He stripped but fouled. Cepho Cherry out to McCour, another three. And you know, I think the same kind of ideology that we've used and have had is get the bigs down low. Let's get some easy buckets and then build on that as you go and progress throughout the game. What you're seeing a lot is Mature or McCour settling for threes. They can get those threes at any time they want. I'd love to see them catch that, post up, and dominate.
Well, you know, with Coach Ed's philosophy as well, you've seen it with Thon when he was in Canada. He's given them a chance to really develop their NBA skills at an early stage. I think they've done their share of dominating the paint, and I think for purpose of winning a game, yeah, you can slide them in there and you can get them to dominate. You can take advantage of that. But I think that in Coach Ed's case, he's developing these guys more long-term.
No, I understand that, and I agree with it to an extent, but what I'm talking about is not necessarily for the purpose of just winning games, but for the purpose of building confidence and seeing the ball go in and then continue to build, start from the inside out, particularly when you have mismatches. Get your stuff going, get your offensive game going, and then, just getting loose on the floor. Even if you're at the free throw line, I mean, just seeing the ball go through. I want to see a higher energy level from both teams right now. I think both squads are still trying to figure each other out. AJ Lawson is checked in, guarded by Maker.
And man, I've been getting a lot of calls, Tariq, about Sifa specifically, now that he's kind of transitioning more into the small forward position, showing a little bit of his shooting game, showing of how well he attacks the rim and finishes at the rim. College coaches are looking for a guy like him because he impacts it from a rebounding standpoint, from a slashing standpoint.
I mean, to me, he's a guard, just saying. Like, he's a 2-3 because he has no issues with getting anywhere he wants on the floor or even shooting the ball. He's got a pretty complete game.
See, now that's where I disagree. I think off of a straight line drive, yes, he does do those things well, but off of creating offense for himself using his dribble, he's not there yet as a 2. I'm not comfortable calling him a 2 yet.
2-3. He's a wing. I mean, he's a wing. Here's AJ Lawson off the dribble, pull up. Akin Agee on the attack. And that's where I think this team can be at their best, is when the bigs can start the break, but also have the wings, whether it's Sefa or Akin, being able to finish in transition. Really opens up the floor. (27-21). NBA Prep leads. Still kind of a toss-up. Neither team able to get any real momentum so far. Tavon Downey bringing up the floor.
Did you say Downey?
I did.
Is he a Nova Scotia product?
Yes, he is. Halifax.
Oh, there you go.
3 ball off the mark. Here's Lawson coming back the other way. Lawson on the controls. Nice matchup here against Mature Maker. Big block right there. And we talked about a test for Casey Azagi. This is a great test for Lawson. I mean, not too many guys made up physically like the Makers are, but still, it gives them an understanding of how to finish around length, NBA length. Casey putting it down on the floor.
That's one of those situations where you can see Casey starting to develop a little bit of mid-range game. He's pretty confident shooting that now. With a guy that he's got 2 or 3 inches on, I'd like to see him, you know, turn around and back him down all the way before going over his shoulder. And again, Western Michigan has offered him and would love to have him in for an official visit soon.
Reball, Lawson, that's off. Haven't seen too many threes fall through in this game from either side. Oh, big block there from the weak side is Mature Maker as DeAndre Pierre try to finish. That's the second block in the last minute. Lawson off the handoff. No good. It's 0 for 2. Marcus Cortez tries a 3. No good. Mature attacks, finishes. AJ Lawson, nice kick out there to Pierre for 3. Little momentum picking up there for NBA. Akin Agui, nice finish again, Elias. He's a guy we want to really keep tabs on. Akin doing a great job in transition.
And Akin is sitting right now somewhere in the top 100. Might have to reevaluate his stock.
Lots to learn this season. Take a short break here as the NBA has mounted a 10-point lead, the first double-digit lead of the game. 5:41 left in the half. Throws up an alley-oop. All elbow. Williams. Throws up an alley-oop. All elbow. Williams. GTA Prep preseason showcase. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. It's a big time matchup right here as NBA Prep is taking on GTA Prep. AJ Lawson with it. Aggressive attack. And he loses it. He's been quiet in this one, Elias.
And this is what practice looks like pretty much every day. They're operating out of the same facility.
AJ's got to get it going. It's been very quiet in this one. Handoff. Tong, 3, that's off. Good rebound there by Casey. He's got to hold on to it. Lawson. Oh, everything is being swatted away at the rim. With NBA constantly putting pressure in transition. Every rebound is an absolute battle.
Wide open shot for Lawson. Kind of rushed it. Had a lot of space. Here's a Kene Agi coming back. And Akesh Tong steps out of bounds. It'll go back to GTA Prep. 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Here we go, Casey working the post, met by 2 bigs. Couldn't get it to go that time, but I like his aggression. Drop off. Nice presence in mind. DeAndre Pierre gives it to AJ Lawson for the flush.
We got 3 GTA Prep bodies down there, and one is Casey blocking all the shots. The other 2 not finding a body. Again, giving up second chances as a result of not finding a body.
I think there's a lot of mental mistakes happening on the floor right now. You know, guys are just not being fundamentally sound. Whether it's a box out, whether it's spreading the floor, whether it's being lazy. You know, guys got to understand every time they get onto the floor, it's a new opportunity. And it can't be sleeping because there's just this is a big time matchup, and you know, you got to take on a challenge.
And one person who's done that, in my opinion, is number 12 in the black, Cam Harris. Every time he steps on the floor, he has some sort of impact for these guys. And keep in mind, he's a youngster, member of the class of 2021-2022.
Well, that kid's always chopping at the bit to play. He loves the game. He doesn't take any possessions for granted. Nice shot there by Tristan Lindo. Finally got to see the ball drop for either team. Field goal percentage has been pretty low thus far. See if that could change here with 3.5 left to go in the half. Pump fake. No good on the shot. Lindo out to Lawson. Zip pass down low. Oh, that's a good finish right there. Absorbs the contact, and DeAndre Pierre finishes at the rim. (31-27), less than 3 minutes to go. Maker showcasing his dribbling ability. Nice bounce pass there by Maker. Nice steal by Maker to McCour. Coach Smith yelling finish from the bench. Too many bodies right there. Is it just me, or are you expecting to see more from the makers? I understand that, you know, there's other sides on, you know, I understand it's, first of all, I understand it's September, it's in a new team, but I'm not seeing any continuity from either of them in terms of like creating plays constantly. But then again, it's tough to read right now because
it's early in the season.
Yeah, I mean,
this isn't a team that they've played with before. They're still learning each other. But, I mean, I love their aggression, both of them. I love their aggression at the rim. I love how they try to finish everything 2 hands above the rim. The versatility.
They're playing hard.
The versatility's there.
Yeah.
And they're young, man.
Yeah.
They're so young.
Nice finish there for Pierre. He's been an X factor for GTA Prep.
Yeah, last year he was their second leading scorer after Lawson.
What I mean by kind of the last comment there is just trying to see them create some offense using their strengths. Which is, I think the most obvious strength is their size and length.
And a good job by GTA Prep here, getting it done in transition.
McCourt, free ball, his first one of the game. Looked good off the release.
I mean, shoot, when you're close to 7 foot and you can get it done from the 3-point line like that and bang in the paint and finish down low, that's a weapon at all times. And the fact that he's a member of the 2020 class, that's nuts.
Yeah. But one thing you can't speak on is defensively. McCourt is so active. You know, he's always a threat. Whether he's on the strong side or the weak side, he's coming to get that block. He at least has 4 blocks already in the first half. 38 seconds left. Take a quick break. And we'll be back for the end of the first. .30 seconds to go here. First half action. NBA Prep, GTA Prep going at it. It's been a chess match all game, 38-34. NBA has the lead. Here's McCourt Maker, 6'10", all of them on the perimeter, being guarded by Pierre. Oh my goodness! We're gonna get a travel call after McCourt Maker shut that thing down, and we'll be seeing that on the replay. My goodness. Don't even know what to make out of that. It's good defense, but just a wild finish. Jeez. Gotta look on the replay. It might have been a little bit of a shuffle, but regardless, an unbelievable finish. Two-hand jackhammer. That seems to be a regular Makur Maker special.
I mean, wouldn't you be doing that if you were 6'10", 6'11"?
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm not 6'10". That will end the half. Close game. A lot to think about at halftime. Hey, what's up, coach? Take a 5-minute break and be back for the action.
Check it out, guys. My name is Dr. J, Dr. Joel Kerr. I am the founder and owner of the Health Institute. I created this business, honestly, for you guys, you basketball players looking to take your game to the next level. I am here to try and help you with that. North Pole Hoops, my partners in business, have brought me on to help with that. We are here to educate you guys and make sure that you're doing the right things off the court so your on game can be the best on the court. So, like I mentioned, the Health Institute is a multidisciplinary clinic where we offer a wide range of services to help you basketball players get stronger, faster, jump higher, all the things you need to do to aspire to get that scholarship, to get that pro contract, whatever it is that you need to do. So I'm going to take a couple minutes just to describe to you some of the things that I've done in the basketball community in the city of Toronto and abroad. The first thing is I want to talk about my education, where I've come from with regards to where I've studied. I've graduated from the University of Toronto with a Bachelor of Physical Education and Health. This is the foundation that I've learned where it has helped me to do the things that I do in my practice. Our motto here at the Health Institute is exercise is medicine. After completing my education at the University of Toronto, I decided to get into chiropractic school. Most people think that chiropractors only work with the spine, but not this one. I like to call myself a musculoskeletal specialist, which basically means I work with the muscles, I work with the tendons, I work with the joints, and I work with the nerves. All the things you need when you're playing the game of basketball, I'm able to help you with. I like to maintain my level of education by attending seminars and reading peer-reviewed articles. The most recent course that I've taken is called the Functional Range Release Assessment and Therapy course. This technique is innovative. It's a soft tissue management system that is being used by the Portland Trail Blazers of the NBA and the Houston Rockets and Basketball Canada. So these are the tools that I'm keeping myself up to date with so I can maintain my level of expertise when you guys come to see me if you have any questions about injuries. In addition to this, I was a part of the management team that started the first Pro-Am that was here in Toronto. It was called the Made Pro-Am. So my involvement with the first Pro-Am in the city led me to an opportunity with the Nike Crown League. This was again another amazing opportunity where I was able to work with some NBA basketball players, Euro League, South American League, where I was the actual on-site first aid provider / team doctor for the event. Once again, I can highlight the fact that I've been at pretty much every basketball event from the Greater Toronto area, from Midnight Basketball, Ballin' for a Cure, North Pole Hoop showcases, of course, and these opportunities have led me again to work with the senior men's national team for the 2016 Olympic qualifying team. Unfortunately, we didn't get the results that we wanted, but again, these are opportunities that have led me to gain some greater experience, which will allow me to work with you young basketball players whenever you come to see me. I'm also a proud member of the Henry Carr Crusaders prep team. I was a member of their staff as we took home the ASA Championship in 2016. So my experience within the game of basketball is extensive, and that's why North Pro Hoops has brought me here to give you guys as much guidance as I possibly can. And obviously, if you need my help, you know where to get us at drj@thehealthinstitute.ca. So, in a nutshell, I'm super excited to be part of the North Pole Hoops team. I'm really looking forward to being available to you guys as a resource for your health so that we can maintain a level of professionalism and get you to the level where you want to be as a basketball player. I'm going to count the front of your hip and the back of your hip as one, but I'm going to start with the back first. So this is a great tip for those of you who are runners, who are looking to improve your glute strength. The only way to really get at that muscle, which is called the piriformis, is to get that crossing of the foot, which is a figure 4 position, and then tipping your weight over, and then it allows that muscle to pop underneath, and that's how you're able to really attack it with the foam roll.
So is it better to foam roll before workout or after?
That's a good question, and the answer to that is both. You want to be able to foam roll pre-workout just to wake the muscles up, and it's a great cool down after a good strenuous workout too. The hips I'm going to consider as one unit. We just worked the back end of it, now we're going to work the front. And as you can see from all these beautiful colors here, there's more than one muscle that it makes up the muscles of the hip. So we can't say that we're specifically working one. So that's why it's really important that you get the front of the hip and also the side so you don't lose out any of those muscles. So let's start with the side first. So we're really just concentrating on all the lateral muscles of the hip that are being full molded.
Second half, GTA Prep versus NBA Prep in the preseason showcase. Here live from Mississauga, Woodland Secondary. And we got a tight one here. Casey Izagi right now, 6'10", big fella. Up against 6'10", Makur Maker. Mature, AJ Lawson. Matched up, Marcus Cortez and Joshua Houghton. Lots of handoff action. Good ball movement to start. 3 ball by Makur, that's short. But Cortez comes up with the offensive rebound. Here's Lawson. Both teams got to settle down. Get some good possessions. That last one ran a good play for Makur in the corner, just wasn't able to hit. Triple by Lawson off the mark there. Both teams constantly trying to get ahead. It's time to settle down on the turnovers here. Lindo, guarded by Sefa Ocheri. Lots of good matchups at every position. Oh, that's a nice move there. No finish, but the right idea. And that's exactly what he needs. Casey needs to continue to get more reps, to gain his confidence and to be able to settle down when he's in the paint.
Handoff play, 3 passes, and then a shot like that. A little too unselfish. I thought Marcus Cortez had a great look at that.
Good attack by Lawson on the wing. Able to draw some contact and get to the line. Both teams' second game of the day. Tell the energy levels have dropped a little bit. There's a lot to be determined though still in this one. I haven't seen somebody on the floor be the clear-cut most impactful player yet. There's a lot of talent here. Matur has been impressive defensively. Marcus Cortez pulls up in a mid-range, nice shot.
And props to AJ for playing through some back pain. He's injured himself in practice a couple days ago, and he just battles through injury. He did a little bit of that throughout the summer with his ankles and his wrist, but he was almost at full health until this back injury. Not a serious one, but nonetheless a soreness.
It's good for him to get out though and play and get some circulation. There's another move there by the big fella Casey. I mean, that's a tough move right there. I like it. Not many bigs can do that in the country. We talked about his ability to absorb information and then apply it very quickly. And that's something that him and Coach Cooper have definitely been working on.
Good clean defense, staying vertical that time. On the other side, Makur on the cleanup.
Casey getting again, tries another, pulls up, and we got some confidence rising right now. Casey's feeling it. It's back-to-back finishes for the big guy. They're going at it right now. Good defense right there on the help side. Here's McClure on the attack. Lots of fouls being called. I'd like to let these guys play it out. Get some rhythm going in this game. 6:30 left in the third quarter. It's a tight one, 43-41. Here's Mature again. Good low to the ground.
And a good start to the second half for Casey Izagu.
Round of applause for big fella as he gets a break. Downey, 3-ball. Off the mark, gets his own board. Nice pass to Mature for the flush. Lindo guarded by Tong. A nice attack on the left side. He'll head to the free throw line for 2. Six minutes left to go in the third quarter, 45-41. NBA cuts it to 3. Substitution, DeAndre Pierre checks back in as Lawson gets a rest. Nice pass there by Mature. Now, Elias, we talked about the 2018 class and it being the best class ever to date. Here we have Mature in transition. Jackhammer, as expected. We talked about the 2018 class being the best ever. I think that it could end up producing over 50 D1 kids. And all of our top 100 is going to be impact guys at the Division I or Canadian University level. Now, that being said, as we look to 2019, it just gets deeper. Would you agree?
I mean, and yes, and it depends on position as well. I feel like we get a little more size in the 2019 class, between 6'8" and up. It's top heavy on the 2018 side, whereas the number, 1 to 30 is some impact D1 guys, and then everyone else after that kind of trickles down into still D1, but more high caliber Canadian University prospects. Whereas 2019, it's across the board.
Of course, AJ Lawson, #1 player in the country for that 2019 class. And we got kids from all over the place in our database. And we have to remember the 2019 database is still being built. It's constantly, being expanded as we find new kids from across Canada. That goes for every class. 2021 and 2022 will be interesting. See who will be at the #1 spot for each class. Stay tuned for those rankings dropping soon. Cam Harris checks back in. He's a part of that 2022 class to keep an eye out for. Houghton on the attack, left side, kick out. It's a good kick out there to Halady for 3. That's well executed. Very basic, but well executed. Drive, kick, find the open man, catch and shoot. McCour trying to shake off the defense. Tong for 3. That's off the mark. Lindo. That's no good. 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Very tight ball game, 50-49. Marquez Cortez on the kick out. There's Sefa, unable to hit the 3. So stay tuned on NorthPoleHoops.com for some announcements on the National Preparatory Association. A couple more expansion teams to announce, as well as some big news from all over the country. Lots of our top players in the country are about to commit or schedule more visits. There's Asari Ocheri, 2019, big fella out of the Niagara region, brother to Sefa. That Niagara region's on the come up too. I mean, there's kids all over the country making waves. Abu Kigab, committed to Oregon. He's the most notable freshman right now. One of the most notable freshmen in the NCAA. Nikhil Alexander Walker at Virginia Tech. Shea Alexander at Kentucky, Emmanuel Lacotte at Arizona, O'Shea Brissett at Syracuse, Lindell Wigginton at Iowa State, Christian David at Butler. The list goes on. Danilo Djuricic, NPA alum, played at St. Mike's, now at Harvard. You can't forget Marcus Carr, Shamil Stevenson, both at Pitt, about to do some work. They had the best recruiting class from Canada this past season, no doubt.
And, you know, they haven't stopped since that. They've been in town on multiple occasions. They've checked out A.J. Lawson as well, soon probably to offer. So Pitt's been doing an unreal job in recruiting. I think the team that remains, you know, the top Canadian recruiters is Oregon, and Coach Mike Meniga at Oregon. Being able to lock up a guy like Abu Kigab, that's a big-time prospect. You know, he's on the NBA radar as well. Yes, he still has a lot of work to do, but coming into Oregon, he's far more advanced than, you know, Dylan Brooks was, for example, from a skill standpoint, coming in.
Yeah, I agree with that, and they both share that.
The intangibles.
Yep. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. McCour Maker with the rebound, trying to go coast to coast. Good shot there by Ocheri. And that's good basketball there, where you saw McCour turn his back a little bit, draw attention towards him, and then kick out for the open 3.
And McCour tried going coast to coast with it. That ball handling on a big man like that, Tariq, switching directions, able to turn his defender. That's a special talent right there.
2020, so still a couple more years to expand on that. And that's why we're getting statements like McCour Maker could end up being better than Thon. But I think I love Thon. I think he's going to be, you know, a long-term NBA talent, multiple contract guy. At the very least, he's a 7-footer with an unbelievable motor. That's always a good sign. I mean, Tristan's 6'9", he's an NBA champ.
And he's a max contract guy.
Yeah. Thanks to LeBron, of course.
And the two top studs for GTA Prep, AJ Lawson and Casey Azagu, check back into the game here. This could go either way. And McCool getting a little more aggressive as the time winds down, looking to create his own offense. Here's AJ. Love the aggression that AJ's attacking the rim with. McCool caught on the carry, called by the referee, and it'll go back to GTA Prep. You got a set of brothers with the Ocheris on the floor, and you got a set of cousins for Mississauga basketball. DeAndre Pierre takes a hit. DeAndre Pierre gets to the line. 2 shots coming up. Thon Maker and, Mature Maker and Devin Tobin about to check in here from Mississauga Prep. Sifa Cherry running the offense here for Mississauga. Travel called on Devin Tobin as he shuffled his feet on his way back. Lawson from the corner elects to take a 3, fouled on the play, going to the line for 3. Lawson bringing it to a 5-point game, 59-54. Lawson on the steal, coming up the other way, bangs on him for a poster.
Zoom in on that a zoom in on that one. Banger.
Gotta appreciate the effort from Sifa Ocheri, not letting an easy basket go in on that one. He made him earn every bit of it.
Oh, dang. That was a situation where he just got to step up just a second early. Like he was already up off the floor. He had no shot of blocking that. Just a potential momentum switch. And that's a frustration take right there. He was trying to return the favor on the dunk, but it's called for a charge.
And Casey read it the whole way. Knew he was coming for the straight line. And Casey gets it to go at the buzzer. 59-58 on the putback. One more quarter to go. 59-58 for Mississauga Prep in the blue. We'll return after a short break for the fourth quarter and the final game of the night.
Is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one hand jam.
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email mdotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries and special filming requests. Exposure starts here.
Tell me, is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one hand jam.
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email mdotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries and special filming requests. Exposure starts here.
Tell me, is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell, look out, one hand jam.
Seeing is believing. Create your very own mixtape that showcases your top highlights and skills. And strengthen your recruiting status with a direct video for coaches and scouts. Available at all NPH covered and hosted events nationwide. Email mdotto@northpolehoops.com for any inquiries and special filming requests. Exposure starts here.
Tell me, is it something that I've done again? Say what?
Here's Campbell. Fourth and final quarter, AJ Lawson picking up where he left off with that monster posterization at the end of the third. A spin move here, Mature Maker loses it. Lawson's a little bit of a microwave sometimes where he gets it going. You can throw up, 10, 15 points in a couple minutes. Here's AJ turning the corner on the attack. No bucket, but will be called, NBA will be called for a foul. 3 ball. Lawson throws it up again. Nearly makes it, but in and out. Lots of bodies on the floor on the loose ball. Casey ends up with it. And here we go the other way.
And these guys go to war pretty much every day at practice. They're operating out of the same facility. And that's what it seems like on the floor here. This is bragging rights at practice.
A bunch of the young guns getting an opportunity to play here. A lot of their 2022s and 2021 kids for GTA Prep. Full court pressure put on by GTA. Lawson guarded Maker. Nice action here from Mississauga Prep. A lot of handoffs, a lot of cuts. Here's AJ in transition, behind the back. Nice pass and a block there. Tong on the rejection. It's great effort there by Tong out of Newfoundland. Coach Smith got to be careful. He doesn't get teed up. Houghton for 3. No good. Nice board by Casey. Game getting tested here the last 8 minutes, 59-61. It's been tight all the way through. Here's Cortez, guarded closely. Mature on the attack. Nice reversal, but couldn't get it to go.
I'm not sure why he changed direction there
I thought
to
he
go
would
on the
punch
right.
that one, yep.
Yeah, he had it on the left.
Inbound into Lawson. Guarded by Maker. Nice bounce pass to Casey. Met by O'Cherry, and it will be fouled. Lawson on the catch, spins baseline, attacks, gets loose from the Maker, but steps out of bounds. Mississauga Prep basketball. Good defense by GTA. A lot of pressure, making nothing comfortable for Cortez. Maker, handoff to Maker.
Joshua Houghton gets it into Casey Izagu, who looks to back down. Good decision making the pass there as the defense closed.
It's good to see Casey understand the kick out as opposed to forcing that. Oftentimes bigs want to make their decision on the move that they're gonna make on that possession, and then regardless of what the defense reacts to, they're putting it up. And I'd like to see Casey continue to get that ball and let some offense run through him.
Even if he can get them to collapse just for a second, so he opens up the floor for shooters.
Yep.
No hesitation there from AJ Lawson. He's letting him go from long range.
And as he gets more consistent with NBA range stuff and beyond NBA range, that's just going to make him more potent, especially when you talk about the length that, you know, is going to consistently be against him. And then you're opening up the floor.
The strength, I think, has helped him evolve his game and evolve his shooting to go from distance. And then his speed has really helped. He's added speed this summer. And what that has done is you see him exploding in transition. You see explosion off of the first step in the half court. Here's Sefa looking to finish. Easy finger roll that time.
I like what Sefa's brought to the table in this game. Every environment that I've watched him in, he's been very effective. Nice move there by Lawson. Finally getting things to go here in the second half.
And you can see the soreness he's playing through. He's kind of favoring his lower back a little bit.
One thing we do know is, you know, Mature Makers is having trouble guarding Lawson, particularly on the perimeter, beats him on the first step. If I was Maker, I would back off a little bit, but then you do that, he's got the 3 ball, so tough cover regardless.
Lindo here, pushing the ball ahead. Opts to slow it down, good decision. Pierre for 3. Contested that time.
Good shot though, rhythm 3. .543, 61-63. It's been a back and forth game, pretty much all 4 quarters here. No real clear separation yet. And we've seen AJ Lawson in the past step up during the biggest moments of the game. He's got that clutch gene.
Shot clock violation from Mississauga Prep. Ball's going the other way. Couple opportunities there where gaps opened up for them they could have attacked. Lawson looking to break down Mature Maker. Second defender steps up. Houghton in the corner. Houghton for 3, getting hot.
When Houghton gets it going from 3, that's a tough cover because you know how explosive he is down the lane. Oh, big block. Wow, AJ Lawson, what you saw right there was a switch of gears. He got in transition and took it 1 extra gear with a nice kiss off the glass. Great feel for the game.
That type of finishing, man, that is the type of stuff, the level of difficulty on those shots while you're on the move, while you got a 6'10", 6'11" guy on you, that's just spectacular stuff. Timeout here on the floor, 4.5 minutes to go, or just over 4.5 minutes to go. We'll return 68-61 as GTA Prep has now took the lead.
In terms of basketball in Vancouver, I think something like this was a huge success because we had a neutral environment where kids can come from all over no matter what clubs they're at and showcase who they are, where they're at.
beat him here. Layups every time. Defense steps up, boom, bounce pass right there. Easy 2 points. I like that.
From a skill set standpoint, full package, athleticism, next level mentality, played with one eye the entire weekend, the other eye shut. Keenan Dowell.
What's up, everybody? Western Canada National Camp circuit is complete. Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, BC, and it's a wrap. Game speaks. Lawson hits the free throw, creating separation, 69-61. Less than 5 minutes to go, Elias. We talked about his ability to take over games. And he's been constantly doing it for the last 3 years. Good rebound there by Mature. .438 left. The GTA preseason showcase. Tavon Downey at the top, guarded by Lawson. Maker trying to take advantage of the size difference. Downey, 3 ball, no good. Good rebound by offensive board by Aki Nagy.
GTA wondering who fouled him. There was definitely somebody. McClure got hit left, right, and center on that one. He'll go to the line for 2.
And you know, that 2019 class was pretty special. You know, when RJ Barrett was in it and Andrew Nemhard, they elected to reclass to 2018, which naturally put AJ Lawson at the #1 spot, constantly building his resume throughout his career. Joshua Houghton to DeAndre Pierre, off to Lawson, elects to shoot the triple, that's off the mark. Pump fake by Lindo, gives it up to Lawson, kick out to Houghton. 69-62, less than 4 minutes to go. Crucial possession here. Lawson comes off the curl, no good. Good defense here by Mississauga Prep. Here's Casey. And Lawson couldn't get it to go with the shot clock winding down.
And even the difficult ones that he takes, he still makes them feel and look like they're gonna go in.
Yeah, they look effortless. You know, he's got a good release. Confidence is obviously #1 with him.
And
not afraid to take the shot.
The speed of the release, Sark.
But that's gotten faster as he's, you know, constantly been putting reps up. That'll be Mississauga Prep basketball. Here we go, 3:30 left. Mature Maker stops the dribble. Trying to find someone, great defense by GTA. Makur with it. Tosses up to Mature.
That's a good pass. The placement of that passing was spot on.
Both the big fellas do a good job of the high-low. Casey, back to the basket. Let's see what he does. Up to Lawson, NBA range. Nice pump fake. Back to Casey for the, oh, soft touch on the jumper, Elias. Casey Zaghi, I love what we're seeing from him right now.
He's just a guy who's, you know, transcending his game. He stepped it up another level. He's getting more confident shooting the mid-range, and that comes as a result of reps. So nothing surprises me. His trajectory is, you know, it's on the right path. We had him early on, you know, projected as a high major prospect.
From last 2 springs ago in April.
That's right.
The Tri-City NPH Showcase. What I saw a little bit of Andrew Nicholson that ultimately ended up ultimately in the NBA, but similarities there with his feet and his hands and his intelligence, and he's right there. I mean, he had a little setback last year, didn't get too much playing time in the States, but came back to Canada, and he's back on track here as mature maker. Comes up with another block. He's got at least 5 in this game. Probably more than 5, though. Houghton to Lawson. Inside out. Touch off the glove. Nope. Gets it back. Trying to change directions, make moves against the length. Good defense there by Matur. Sefa to Makur Maker. And that boy just lives above the rim.
Easy finishes for him.
I mean, we've seen some big time plays in this game. Multiple posters. And really things getting interesting in the 4th quarter. Oh, and a bunch of blocks all over the place. I love what I'm seeing from Casey Elias defensively. You know, talk about blocks. He's had 4 of his own. And just his energy.
Just under 2 minutes to go here. GTA still holding on to a lead, just a 5-point lead, and Lawson thought about going one-on-one with Matur.
Oh, nice move right there. Got Tristan Lindo. Here's Makur off the dribble. Nice attack there, can't finish. Just over a minute to go, minute 18, and GTA Prep leads 73-68.
And you see Lindo on the floor playing in deny on Matur. Hasn't really got him a lot of touches or allowed him to get touches.
Rebound, Lawson. Trying to expand on this lead here. He's been super aggressive here in the last couple of minutes. Lots of turnovers though. Guys got to value possessions a lot more. Lindo all the way, nice finish. That's the thing about this season for GTA. You have a lot of guys that can contribute at a high level.
That was a good defensive play, staying vertical by Casey. Unfortunately got called for the foul. Looked pretty clean from this angle.
quick break, and we'll be back for the finale here. 75-66, GTA Prep in control.
He can do whatever he wants to. He has upper hand. And you start dictating where he's going, now he's uncomfortable. Now he wants to pass the ball. Now he can't do what he wants to do. Cameras on you. Cameras on you. Reach this time.
Let's go. Let's go. Time to eat. Time to eat. Time to eat. Time to eat.
Here's Sabri Phillips, two-hand jam.
Keep your mind mentally focused at all times when you're in the gym. And the harder that you work and the focus that you have, the better off you're going to be.
You want one-time guys. Throws up an alley-oop. All elbow. Williams.
Can you hear me?
Work out! Work out! Work out! Let's go! Go on, Wyatt! Let's go! Let's go!
There's Matur Maker on the free throw line. Got that to go. 8-point game, 50 seconds left. GTA Prep pushing it up. Steal. Got a steal here from Matur. That's a foul. They've been calling it tight all the way through. And I would have tried I tried to run the sprint if I was AJ instead of getting in his way, because now you got...
You want to contain him.
Yeah, now you got Maker on the line and the clock stopped. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you are hearing me right now, all you need to do is click that subscribe button on YouTube and you will get access to the latest and greatest in Canadian basketball. Do it now while the free throws are happening. First one's good, Matur Maker. Cuts it to 7. And if he knocks this one down, it's a 2-possession game. Lawson, kick out, Houghton, yes sir. It's a second triple. This is a nice combination of guys, man. I like this crew a lot.
Like you said, Tarek, when Houghton gets going from 3 man, he's on.
This game's just about over. The rest is a formality. 9 points, 20 seconds to go. Steal there. Houghton fouled on the steal. A good victory here against Mississauga Prep. a good victory to add to their resume to begin the season. Once you put things into perspective, Elias, you got a guy like AJ Lawson, high major, Joshua Houghton. You know, I look at him as a mid-major at minimum. You got Tristan Lindo, another Division I caliber guy. You got some pieces. You got some Casey, of course, another mid-plus, maybe high major caliber guy in that range, depending on how he continues to develop. I mean, the rest of it's coaching and the rest of it's, chemistry. But they got all the pieces to be able to compete at the highest level, no question. .19 seconds to go. 13-point ball game. Excuse me, 9-point ball game. Make that 10. Houghton's been a solid contributor here. Pull up 3 there. Mature maker. Looked good there. Too little, too late. 12 seconds to go. And they're not letting this one play out. Another foul call for 5 seconds to go. I'll let this one play out. Just the beginning of the season. A lot of excitement around the talent across the country. And just a reminder, the National Preparatory Association will be tipping off at the end of October with their national schedule about to be released. Stay tuned for that on npacanada.com as well as northpolehoops.com. Tong knocks down the free throw. And that will be it. 7-point victory for GTA Prep, 80-73. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you follow us at North Pole Hoops as we will be providing some big time highlights from today's action. Thanks once again for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Game speaks.